Black background. Would you say that's like a? I think that's more of like a pumpkiny spice orange, sky blue, and then like a little bit of like a lighter royal blue in there. Okay. The exact material, $26. The exact material is 95 rayon 5 spandex. I'm so blind. The contrast, which is the sleeve, is 96 poly 4 spandex. Okay, guys. And again, it does cover the cootie to booty, so you can totally wear with black leggings. But I just have it paired with this. I love the baby floral too. It's very rare that we ever have like a tiny floral. Typically, it's a bigger floral. This is B Stage. B Stage is one of those brands, guys. It is a true small, teeny tiny business. They have a teeny tiny warehouse that's probably like maybe 18 to 2,000 square feet. It's a husband and wife. They have kids who are, I want to say 2 boys who are, I think, 3 years older than each of the boys. Like, they have the same age gap, but 3 years older. And they are quite literally the best humans ever. They don't carry a lot, so you don't see a lot of B Stage in our collection, but it's because they hand make all of the clothes, and they can't obviously produce as much as somebody like White Birch, who has a 20,000 square foot warehouse. But they are an amazing company to buy from. I swear by their product. I love the quality. And it's a little bit of a different, more, his wife is a little more dainty and girly than most of the other the stylists. So a lot of you probably have a lot of skirts from B Stage, like more flowy dresses, more smocked, girly kind of baby doll style tops. But I know someone is not talking about.
Are you serious right now?
I know someone is not talking about my miscarriage on my live sale right now. I know that's not what's happening here, because we don't do that.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Nobody talks about my miscarriage, my body, and my dead child.
You are
Shut
a
your mouth.
disgusting human being.
You're gonna need to stop. You're gonna need to stop right here, because that's fucking disgusting. You're disgusting. Pardon my French. You know I'm good. I ignore everything, but that is like disgusting. You don't get to talk about somebody else's.
You're gross.
You're gross.
You're gross.
Gross.
And if that's what you guys are talking about on there,
you're disgusting. My dead child is buried in Matt's childhood backyard. If you'd like me to fucking dig her up.
Oh.
You're disgusting.
You are disgusting.
You're disgusting.
People are all disgusting.
Disgusting.
Every last one of you, and I know who's talking about that too.
Disgusting. Nobody gets to talk about my fucking miscarriage.
Ew.
No one.
Ew. You are a disgusting human being.
Okay?
Ew.
You're disgusting. Can we tell Melissa to kick her off, please?
Absolutely.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I draw the line there. I keep my mouth shut. I keep living my life and going live, but these people are fucking nasty.
You're disgusting. And the person who's spreading that, you're disgusting too.
Can you take a picture of that? Because I'm going to post that for everyone to see how disgusting these people are.
Go ahead.
Here you go. Got it? Great.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes, because you saw a baby come out of my vagina. You're right. You're right. What were you standing in the bathroom? Because the only other person who saw it standing right the fuck next to me. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. I'm gonna continue on my live and pretend like this bitch is not here right now because she's going straight to hell. You know, knock knock, it's Satan. He's knocking at your door because you're an awful human.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Every last one of you is sick.
Disgusting. That's the caliber of people we're dealing with here. Just thank you for showcasing how disgusting you people are, because that's the caliber of people we're talking about. Could you imagine somebody talking about your miscarriage?
I'm about to dox the shit out of this bitch.
He's so close.
I don't even
Don't
care
say
right
it.
now. I don't even care right now.
Because we are better than those people, so we're just we're gonna keep moving on with our life. You're gross. That's it. You're gross. Okay. This top is really cute. I'm going to keep going because I am a professional and I might have cursed, but you know what? If anybody else had a miscarriage, you will know the feeling of rage that takes over your body if somebody is trying to speak on behalf of your own body in your miscarriage. So I'm not going to retract what I said, but I'm going to bring myself back to what I was doing prior, and I'm going to be a responsible, respectable adult. I apologize for cursing if any children did hear it, and if it offended anybody, but I'm I'm also not apologizing.
You're disgusting. You all are disgusting.
So I'm
Every last one of you.
apologizing, but I'm not apologizing. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm apologizing to the people for saying not so, kind things, but I'm not apologizing to that person. Gross. Okay.
Is that's what they talk about on there?
That's what they talk about.
That's disgusting.
I am. Exactly. And that's why, Sandra, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep moving. I'm just going to keep moving. I just need a drink of water. I'm going to regroup. Hold on. I'm going to regroup. Listen, I wanted to say to you guys, I appreciate you because we talk every live afterwards saying how it's so nice that y'all just know how crazy these people are and you just ignore it. And we all just keep going about our lives and selling and living our very, very best life. Me too, Lisa. You're damn right. I'm going to get emotional. Speak on it. 1 in 4, and it's getting closer to 1 in 3 women have miscarriages. I struggled to have MJ. I was on Fertility Meds to have MJ. That's why I joke and say Grayson was like a miracle because I was about to start my fertility meds. But I'm shaking because I cannot.
You got this.
I know. But how many women are on this live right now who suffered from a miscarriage? You don't have to share because again, it's your fucking information to be sharing, okay? But if you want to, feel free because nobody wants to feel that pain, but you will understand the rage that I feel right now. The only people who you understand and you're angry for me, even if you didn't, but if you did suffer from a miscarriage, you can imagine the rage that has taken over my body in this exact moment. So, it's disgusting, it's gross. Look how many people have had miscarriages. It's fucking terrible.
Sorry, take a minute.
It just breaks my heart for all these people. It fucking sucks. And it's like just bringing up fucking trauma and trying to like claim whatever fucking stories you have. It's disgusting. And look at all these people who have suffered from the same fucking thing I have.
Yep.
I'm trying, guys. I am trying really hard.
No fucking way.
I'm trying. Hold on. I gotta reel it in. Give me a second. I'm gonna change my shoes. I'm gonna try and get my mind off of it. Sorry, I unplugged the ring light. Did I just break it? Sorry. My shoes are over here. Sorry, guys. I need a minute. Okay.
Wow.
Let me walk. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna take a walk around.
That's.
I just said to myself while walking in a circle that I was better than that. Like 500 times. I mean, maybe not that many because I didn't walk that far, but. Sorry. I am very sorry for everybody who had to go through the not so nice loss of a child, whether it was a miscarriage, whether it was a stillborn, whether it was an accident. I know we have customers on here who have had kids that were born at the same time as Grayson and they have passed away already. Various reasons, cancer, accidents, a cord wrapped around one of our customers' children's necks at one point. It was a fluke accident, okay? It's nothing you wish on anybody, not even the person who said that to me. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be like, I hope that you have to suffer
And the
through
fact
that.
that I'm on there right now and she's bragging about it.
Like, you're
She's
disgusting.
bragging about
Take
it.
screenshots of
She's
that,
bragging
please.
about it.
Take screenshots of that, please.
If we say her Reddit name, is that doxing?
Probably. Is it that person?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
Look, it's her. She hasn't said it, but it's her.
Good. Keep screenshotting because that's going to look even better for us. And don't say anything.
I know.
Unfortunately, guys, we know the person who is saying this. Well, it's not unfortunately. It's fortunately for us. We know the person who's saying this. And you guys know, obviously, you can't talk about certain things that go on behind the scenes, so I haven't said anything. And I won't say anything until something moves forward. But just know that we know who it is. She's a disgusting human.
She doesn't know shit about us.
And she doesn't know anything about us. And she
Okay.
hasn't known anything about us for about 13, 14 years.
Whatever you're telling everybody is bullshit.
You know nothing. And
you're a psychopath.
well, yeah, and exactly. Sonia, I agree. There is a special place in hell for her.
There is a special
And you know
place
what?
in hell for her.
Again, I don't wish. It's not like I'm like, I wish that you had X, Y, and Z happen to you, because that's not who I am as a person.
They're saying you're gonna get sympathy sales from this. You're fucking sick. You're sick.
Good. I hope I get
You're
sympathy
sick.
sales then. Thank you.
You're sick.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You guys are sick. This is what you guys get off on.
yeah.
This is what you guys get off on talking about this.
Yeah.
You're fucking disgusting. I need a minute.
It is not an
I
ex.
need a minute.
Go take a minute. It is not an ex-employee. It's one of. I'll explain it to you now, and then I'm not going to say her name because then we're considered doxing. And I'm not going to be the bad person because when shit comes together, I'm not going to be that person. That's for damn sure. And I will ask of how much I can share when I can share it. I do know part of it that I can share in probably a few days. And you will see, Lisa, again, can't say much, but it is Matt's old friend from way back in the day. I'm talking
Lisa
like,
Wine's on?
yeah, Lisa Weinstein. Why? She was friends with him before him and I got back together. Well, we didn't ever really work together, but until we reconnected. I guess that's a better way to say it. But before we reconnected. Long story short, Matt started getting distant because as things happen, when you get a girlfriend, you spend more time with your girlfriend. And he was spending a lot of time with her and her husband and her kids. Anyway, long story short, we asked them to be in the wedding. And quite honestly, it was so fucking long ago, pardon my French, that I can't even really remember the exact details of what happened. But my recollection, Matt's is probably better. He has a better memory than I. But was it over the dress or was it over jewelry?
It was over jewelry.
Did I buy them jewelry or did I send them links to buy jewelry? I can't remember. Again, we got married, 13 years ago. So I wanted them to wear jewelry. The one didn't want to wear the jewelry, right? Is that what happened? And then what?
It became this whole to-do about you being controlling and wanted to make your wedding all about you.
I mean, it's my wedding, but anyway, continue.
And then I think we all mutually agreed that it was not better for them to not be in the wedding.
Okay.
They showed up at our
Oh yeah,
wedding.
they showed up at our wedding, sat on the bench outside of our wedding venue, and that was the last time. That was the last time I saw her, right? We didn't even speak. We didn't speak to them that day on our wedding day.
Nope. We walked right by them.
And that's it. That's the story. I wish it was more interesting, but it's not. She's just. I ain't got no words.
Yeah, keep calling me Fat Matt. That really hurts my feelings.
Yeah, they're talking about Matt's weight.
Yeah.
She also talks about MJ and says disgusting things about MJ, takes his picture,
Yep.
and thinks that drawing something over his face.
Saying how bad he stinks. Saying how he looks like he stinks. Like you're talking about a 10-year-old saying how bad he stinks. And I'm going to go too far.
Yep, don't go too far. Like I said, we will be better than this. Yes, she's still following us. And God only knows how long she's been following us for, because this only started
Somebody
happening.
just said, why are you guys bringing a miscarriage into this?
Yeah, because now Matt's on there. We never go on there on that
I'm
shit.
screenshotting everything.
Oh, Lisa, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Yep.
Lisa Wine, again, there's certain things that I can say at the moment and certain things I can't. I wish that we had the one piece of information that I am going to be shared later.
I'm not claiming it's an old friend of mine. It is. It is an old friend of mine.
You already outed
yourself. I know
yourself.
who it is. You outed yourself.
You outed yourself
We
and
have-
said your husband's name on the
And
freaking
what he
page.
called me.
Like, we know it's you. Stop acting stupid.
There's no claims. It's truth.
It's truth. We literally have proof. Okay. I feel better now that I got it all out and I threw the story out there and I wasn't an asshole. So I didn't stoop to, you know what I mean, her level. I explained the story. That's who it is. She was around during the miscarriage time, but I quite literally miscarried at Matt's house with just Matt and I present. And then we went to have dinner with his brother and my sister-in-law at the time. And I was still bleeding.
And
they showed up
unexpectedly.
Unexpected to the dinner, and we were already kind of like at this weird spot, I think, and I was already like super emotionally charged because I just had a miscarriage. Anyway, long story short,
We left.
We left.
We got in my brother's car.
Mhm.
My brother threw me his keys.
Mhm.
My truck had stuff in the back of it that my brother needed. We took my brother's keys. We drove to Friendly's. We got ice. We went and got ice cream, and then we discussed what we were going to do next to handle the situation. We went back, got my truck after it was unloaded, left, and went home.
I remember none of that. The last thing I remember is literally being in his brother's bathroom crying. But clearly, it was a traumatizing moment in my life, and I've had a lot of traumatizing moments growing up as a child, so my brain has just been trained to block out anything terrible that has happened to me. So that's the last thing I remember. I remember having it. I remember, the residual. I remember exactly where we buried her.
I know exactly where she's buried.
Oh, yeah, I know. We
Literally,
both do.
I could go.
But, we're not digging her up.
It was in a Louis Vuitton box, okay? There you go.
It
was in a Louis Vuitton box.
You're welcome to go and try and dig it up. You'll find it under the ground. But that's the story. Well, you know what, Christine? I guess the situation, this was well before The Boys. This was 13 years ago. I got pregnant by accident. I was taking doxycycline for my acne, and I could have very well been taking an antibiotic for being sick. But again, not positive. I know that I was on birth control, but I was taking doxycycline for my acne. And as you know, antibiotics like doxycycline and birth control do not mix. They say don't do it during that time because you could get pregnant. Well, I got pregnant. I had no idea I was pregnant. I drank. How old was I? 23? Matt, 23?
Probably younger. Yeah, 23, because I was
22, 23, 24, somewhere around there. And I was drinking. I was going out with my friends drinking. Of course, I was not taking care of my body. I was working overnights. Was I at the home still?
Overnight.
Yeah, I was working overnights at a group home, and I was drinking Red Bulls, quite literally, like multiple a night to keep myself awake. I just wasn't taking care of my body. Unfortunately, I thought I had a stomach bug. And next thing, it was crampy. And next thing I knew it, out she came, little eyeballs, hands.
Our cleaning people from Asbury Park was there. You want us to call them?
They were there, that's
They
right.
were there. You want us to call them? They were
Hands,
there.
eyeballs, like fingies. Anyway, long story short, when I freaked out. Matt came running in, and 13 years ago, it wasn't a thing where you were like, let me sit on the toilet and Google. Like, I still had a freaking T-Mobile sidekick, okay? So it wasn't like I had like Facebook groups on standby that I could be like, miscarriages, what do you do? And I remember, can we keep in mind that Pam Webster didn't have health insurance because let's keep in mind that the reason Matt and I did get married was for health insurance. So I was around 11 to 13 weeks, if we calculated that
No, she's threatening you now.
properly.
She threatened you. Good.
Oh, good. Take a screenshot of that.
Good. She said she's going to slap the smug look right off your face.
This is great.
Great.
That's good for us. Keep talking.
Perfect.
But I have come to terms with what happened just because I know, like we say to Matthew all the time, if she came along and I actually carried her full term and I was making good choices and I knew I was pregnant with her, that I probably wouldn't have Matthew. So that's why Matthew is our rainbow baby. Yeah, like it was so crampy. I literally, when you get like, and this is gonna be so TMI, but when you get the poops, like when you have like a wicked stomach virus and you're like curled over, like with the cramps, and you're sitting on the toilet and you're praying that like you're gonna poop, you know what I mean? That's what it felt like. And I thought like I went, but nothing came out of my butt. So I was like, what the hell? And that's when I looked. And then of course, again, like I said, not going on the internet because it was not like a thing. It sounds crazy, but 13 years ago, you guys know, we weren't where we are today. And then we went out to eat a few hours later, and then obviously I was still gushing blood everywhere, so that's why I was in his brother's bathroom crying because more was passing, and it's gross and it's TMI. So I'm not sure what lies she is spreading because I don't read it because I don't like to feed into that toxicity, but coming on my live and saying that I'm lying about my miscarriage is really, really disgusting. And there are so many of us who wish we were lying about our miscarriage because nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants to experience it. And nobody wants to, first of all, it's two types of pain because it's actually painful to have a miscarriage, but then it's also heart-wrenching at the same time, right? So you're struggling with two different types of pain at once. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to lie about that, okay? It's
Now
just...
look at this. They have chapter meetups now.
Great, that's fine. They can meet up all they want and talk about whatever. But this is, oh my God, Lisa, I'm so sorry. But I'm cool, collective. Thank you for letting me talk about it. I haven't talked about it in a really long time, actually. I talk about it with the kids. They ask all the time because when we see rainbows, I talk about it. But that's it. That's the story. This person's from 13 years ago, and I guess she's still mad that her kids weren't in a wedding. I don't know. I don't know what else she could be mad about. Or maybe she was secretly obsessed with Matt and is pissed that I'm with him. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe she's a lesbian and wanted to date me. I have no freaking idea. Again, I don't know because I don't live in her mind. But
Well, you do.
you know what I mean. My brain does not think the same way as hers at all. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, who, what, when, where, and why. That's all I have. I wish there was something more exciting, like I don't know, I egged her car or keyed her car or something. I don't know. But there's not even that interesting because you know me, I've always, first of all, we got married really quickly. We got engaged in January, got married in May. And so there wasn't enough time to even like be that much drama. I mean, it was like 4 months. We got engaged, what, the beginning, middle of January?
Yes.
And then we got married May 28th. It was quick. There wasn't even enough time for that drama. And I was very similar to how I am now when I met Matt, where I just didn't want the drama. I'd just be like, I am a wholehearted, full person when I say, like, if you screw me over, I'm gonna cut you off. Like, I'm cutting you off, and I'm okay with that. Bye. Like, I tell Matt all the time, I give people 1 or 2 chances, and then I'm okay with knowing that I was good, right? I gave you 2 chances. Now, you out. So with her, it was not my friend to say anything, but he was the one who led the way and was just like, okay. I didn't talk to her like that, so I'm like, I don't know what.
They literally said nobody threatened to smack you.
You have a screenshot of it. Oh, let me show them the screenshot.
It has the name all over.
I'm gonna just screenshot it again. There you go. That happened. Sorry. Well, the problem is, Emmy, we've tried to block her, but she's so desperate, she makes hundreds of profiles a day just to do exactly this. And thinks that it's going to bring her justice or whatever, for whatever mission she's on, when quite literally, like...
Everything she has tried?
Well, it's not even everything she's tried. It's just... If you are going to be so low to talk about somebody else's miscarriage, right, and say disgusting things like that, all of your credibility is lost.
And thank you. I was just thinking to myself in the back of my head, for all of you people who are on that Reddit, whether you hate us, whether you don't like us for whatever we did, whether you think we're liars,
It's okay.
It's fine.
Everybody does not have to like
It's
us.
fine. Okay? But take a look at what these people are talking about. And that is disgusting. And if that is there is somebody very close in my life who I will never talk to again, because there's association with this shit.
Correct. So it's just like, but
Take a look.
it discredits everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, so I was watching these TikToks yesterday, and people were having like discussions, like open discussions, guys. And it was like, sorry, I have a hair on my arm. There was an open discussion, and they were talking about, like hot topics, racism, politics, and stuff, right? And when the person was like, hitting the person back with facts, they were hitting them back with facts. But when this person, let's say, ran out of facts rather than this person hit them, and this person had nothing left, they'd be like, you're ugly. And we're at that point right now where it's just like, when you have nothing else to say, you just start attacking and getting ugly and saying nasty things. You know what I mean? Because you have nothing left. And that's where we're at. That's where we've been at. And it's just like, there is just nothing. My life is not that interesting. I am honored that people are so invested in my life, but I promise you, there's nothing exciting happening here. We're married. We fight like a married couple. We make up like a married couple. We love our kids. There are times where our kids drive us crazy, but we still love the ever-living crap out of them. Our dogs go to doggy daycare like any other dog does when we go on vacation. We drive very normal cars. We live in a very normal house. We have a very normal job. We work. We eat. We make food. I show you the food I make. The end. We travel.
Yep.
There's nothing else happening in this life that is worthwhile of anybody investing their time in us.
Literally.
Okay?
And if you think calling me a pansy is going to hurt my feelings, you got another thing coming. I mean,
I wasn't going to even say anything about what I was going to say about the first, the thing that we're allowed to announce. And I was going to make a post about it. And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't post about it. But I'm like, maybe I should just have a live about it.
I think it would be great to have a live about it.
And just sit down and have like a real heart-to-heart discussion, just with the people who actually, matter, and so that they can understand the severity of what is kind of going on in the background. Just because, again, this person, I can't say where they live, but they live where we used to live. Mm-hmm. I'll say that. So when we do have to eventually go somewhere, we have to go to that location, which is annoying, but pansies are pretty. Matt, you're not pretty, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
There are pretty boys. Matt's not one of them. But it is what it is. I can't control the way people think about us. I can't change the way people feel about us, but I have always asked since day one to just like carry on with your life, leave us alone. We're really not that cool. We're not that interesting. We're not worth your time. If you could just leave us alone, that'd be great, because we're just over here doing our thing. I work, you know what I mean? I'm on working, so Amber, again, guys, you guys are all talking about like things like authorities and stuff. There are obvious things that I cannot speak about at the moment.
Right. We will.
There will be a part of the story that I will be able to speak about because the person who we're dealing with told us we should speak about it.
Correct.
And we should speak on behalf of it because what had transpired is gross, and
they know it's gross.
So anyway, there will be bits and chunks that we are allowed to share, but I can't be out here being like, yes, we're doing X, Y, and Z and that and this and that, because I'm not going to be that person when it comes down, you know what I mean? When it's us versus that person, I won't be there being the idiot, you know what I mean?
So let's read this one. Okay, ready? Let's read this one. You are not normal. Normal people don't overspend like you and don't gaslight like you. They send their kids to school. They don't steal.
So now we're calling all homeschooling moms
not normal.
Not normal. All homeschooling dads, moms, parents. Okay, number one. Keep going.
Not normal. They don't steal time from their jobs and get fired.
That also did not happen.
Did that happen?
That's also fake news, and that looks really, really bad. Every time you write that looks really bad on your behalf. That's also slander and defamation.
Did that happen?
No, it didn't. Continue.
Okay. You are not normal. So all homeschooling families out there, just know, according to the world of Reddit, this crazy group, you are not normal. Okay? Normal couples are mutually respectful. They equally participate in chores and equally take care of their kids. Pam is a lazy bitch who hates her husband, her kids, and her life. Do you hate me?
No. I'll tell you what, we went through some rough shit.
We did.
And it was him.
It was me.
And he wants to tell you.
I want to tell everybody.
And he will, in his own time. He fucked up. No, he didn't
Straight
cheat.
up.
Okay? Before somebody starts that rumor. No, he didn't cheat, okay? Because that was also a rumor.
Yeah, it was.
That
And
he was
didn't
gay
happen.
screwing somebody else. Okay? That did not happen. But he did F up. You guys saw me go through the ringer in July. I did not share it because it is not my information to share. It's his information to share. And when he's good and ready, and when we're all comfortable, we will share it. But if I wanted to leave, I sure as shit could have taken him to the cleaners.
Absolutely.
Taken the children, the house, the cars, the business.
100%.
Everything. And he would have been living in a cardboard box on a corner.
1,000%. And I would have deserved it.
I didn't do that though.
Facts as fuck. I would have deserved it.
We went to counseling. We went to therapy. We still actively
Still
go
actively
to a
go to
therapist.
therapy. We spoke to him 2 days ago.
So the fact that someone's like, she hates you, I wouldn't still be here if I hated him.
Facts.
I could have been out a long time ago. And
With
also,
everything.
I lost 90 pounds and I look like a fucking snack when I want to. So I could have went out on the town on the prowl and got some other mans. I don't want that.
Yep. We don't homeschool. It's not slander if it's not true. Matt got fired.
He didn't.
How do you know I got fired?
He did not.
I did
though.
not get fired.
And we have proof of
Oh
that.
my God.
So that's why I'm
That-
saying it's going to look so good for us when we
you
provide that.
You and your sources are so sure.
You're incorrect. Just
that I
because
got
your
fired.
people
Right.
work on
Your
base
people are wrong.
and saw that his email went away doesn't mean he got fired. Because there's also another
Right.
option of resignation. But you're too stupid to understand the
Correct.
two differences. Okay? So I'm just saying, if I wanted to leave. Also, they were woe is meing Matt making meatballs yesterday. But what they didn't see was that I was cooking on the stove while Matt was making said meatballs. And they're like, poor Matt, he's her little bitch. She makes him do everything. I'm sorry if your I'm sorry if your standards are so low that your spouse doesn't do anything around the house. But since day one, my standards have been high. He has known. My dad set some high-ass standards for him. My dad cooks. My dad cleans. My dad does dishes. My dad takes the garbage out. My dad does laundry. Okay? My dad, he takes the dog out. He picks the dog shit up in the backyard. My dad set some high standards, and my dad showed me what a real dad and husband and father should be. So he had some high shit to gear up to. However, we are fortunate because his mother taught him how to do all of these things: cook, clean, do laundry, take care of his spouse. His mother taught him all of those lovely things. So he was able to live to those standards. So if you don't have those standards in your marriage, that's on you. Don't be mad at him or me for us doing our marriage the way it works for us. And for the record, I wish I had a camera in my bedroom because I was folding laundry while he wasn't today. So should I just report that to the freaking news too? Should I report to the news that he cooked dinner today and I didn't because I was sitting on the couch working? Like, is that newsworthy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's give and take in a marriage. And I'm sorry if your marriage doesn't work that way and that you're probably big mad that your spouse
That's
isn't
right.
doing it.
That's right.
I'm sorry. But guess what? I have standards for my marriage and I expect him to do shit. And you want to know what? He expects me to do shit too. And he also knows that I'm working. When I'm sitting on the couch, I'm not just sitting there fucking scrolling and doing nothing. He peeks over my shoulder to make sure that he's not interrupting when I'm in the middle of typing verbiage or when I'm in the middle of doing a post. I have to post every hour on the hour. It takes 15 minutes to do verbiage. That leaves me 45 minutes in between to manage all the social media accounts, to multitask and delegate all of the tasks to the virtual team, to Chelsea, to whatever. Answer some of the emails, answer Instagram because you guys know I'm on Instagram answering people. Figure out the schedule for the following day. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the business. So in order to keep it running, I have to do that. But unfortunately, he can't do most of that. He doesn't know social media the way I do. He doesn't know the customers the same way I do. He doesn't even have social media, okay? So it's a very different dynamic in this house. And you wanna know what? When Matt was working 6 days a week in the paint shop, guess who was at home cooking and cleaning and doing the laundry every day? Because I only worked 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So every morning I would do the laundry. I would do, I still didn't do the dishes, okay? It's gag central. If I reach into that sink, I'm gagging. So he always did the dishes, but I would cook, I would clean, I would do the laundry, and I would make sure everything was tidy so that when he came home from a 10-hour workday, he had his shit together because he usually brought MJ home from base and fed him the food that I had left in the fridge that I cooked earlier.
That's right.
It's give and take. And you want to know what? That's why we're still here. Because I'll tell you what, if I was lazy or he was lazy, one of us would have left a long time ago because we both set high standards. And you want to know what? There's going to be times where he makes more money than me, and there's going to be times where I make more money than him.
That's right.
And it don't matter because you want to know what? What's mine is his, and what's his is mine. And if he fucks up again, I'm taking it all, and it's all mine and mine.
So let's go against the credibility here again, right? We don't homeschool. We will let you guys know in a couple days. We damn well do homeschool, and
Well, it's stupid because in the state of South Carolina, if you're option 3, if they did their research, you have to be a part of Accountability Association.
Mm-hmm.
And the Accountability Association, twice a year during your school year, will ask you for your progress updates, ask you for their work, ask you for all of that stuff, and then they report it back to the state. If you do not have that stuff, the association will literally either drop you or report you to the state. That's the whole point of having an Accountability Association, is so that no child falls through the crack and has a parent who isn't doing anything. They just want to pull them out of school, they don't feel like doing anything. You know there's situations where there's things like that.
oh, so now I don't talk to my mom anymore.
That's a lie. We literally, she's,
Oh my God.
when did you talk to her?
Today.
Talk to her today.
Like, how dumb? She reads that shit. She goes in there and she reads that shit.
Dawn, that's what I'm going to discuss on a live.
Dawn, yes, that will be discussed.
Listen, the one thing I can suggest, guys, is that you do not go on there and say a word. Do not stick up for us, because all they will do is come after you. That is their MO, is to just attack anybody and everybody who disagrees with them. So I'm like, do not. Kelsey, she was here Thanksgiving, and she was possibly, that's why you probably called her today.
Yeah.
She's possibly coming for Matthew's birthday on Friday. We're going out to
Like
dinner.
that just goes to show you the lies that are in there. That I don't talk to my mother.
We don't talk to his brother.
I don't talk to my brother. That's damn facts. Y'all want to spread that in there? That's facts. That's truth. I don't talk to my brother.
Because the brother is friends
Is still friends with said person
with the
and
bitch.
still associates with that bitch.
So that's
Okay?
why we don't talk.
So I do not talk to my brother.
But
if that's what
Mom-
y'all are saying, damn straight I don't talk to him.
We love me, Mom.
Okay? Love my mom. She loves us dearly. Okay?
Yeah, so they share all of my information, which is why everything has been so private lately, guys, because we actually moved to this house in secret because they were creeping the kids out. And then, well, we kind of know the rest is history. They're still creeping everywhere, every which way, and it's creepy, and all it takes is one psychopath to, get on the crazy train and see where we are and kill us or try and abduct the kids, because they've tried everything else, and it's like it's getting desperado. You know what I mean? It's desperate, and they know the only thing that would hurt me is if they hurt one of my family members. I love my family fiercely. They are my number one. They've always been my number one. I tell Matt all the time, I'm sorry, Matt, but kids trump you, and same for him. I would expect the kids to trump me as well. If I was, doing bad things, you know what I mean? I would expect him to treat the kid, take the kids. You know what I'm saying, okay? Kids always trump. Until they're 18 years old, we brought them into this world, and we're going to make sure that they're taken care of before us, even if it sometimes means that we suck as a couple. But we're good now. Also, shout out to therapists. If I got any here, shout out to you. Y'all are the real MVP, because you have to see sad shit and hear sad shit every day, and you somehow still
And
help all these people.
Our therapist, straight up, I know y'all stalked him, so he's an elderly gentleman.
He is.
He's an elderly
He's in
gentleman.
his 70s,
He's probably in his 70s. He's been doing this for 40-something years.
He's the real MVP. He's
The
our
real
biggest
MVP.
cheerleader. He's really the one who convinced me to stay, honestly.
Yeah.
He's really the one who convinced me.
So
Cheyenne, shout out to you.
I'm
It's
just
not
gonna
easy.
go straight up. They said, we know what he did. He didn't pay the bills, so you lost your dream house.
That's not true. Do you want to just say it? Do you want to just tell them? If you're not ready, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
About why, like, that's empty.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. They said it once before on a live. Yeah, that's fine.
You don't have to.
Well,
You don't have to. Matt's gonna get emotional now. We're having a whole powwow right now. It wasn't the bills.
no, not the bills. There's a reason there's no alcohol in our house.
Matt is sober,
Yes.
and I want everyone to give him a round of applause. It's not an easy time, but he's been sober since, I don't know, I have it in my calendar. Let's look. We've been secretly celebrating his soberversary every month. Let me just see, what was the date,
So
Matt?
if y'all think I didn't pay the bills or we lost our house, no. I
didn't
had an
lose-
alcohol problem.
Mhm.
Okay?
It wasn't a serious one.
No.
Luckily, he admitted it before
I
it got
didn't-
serious.
Didn't need to get help. I was able to do it all on my own.
Let me look up sober.
I think it's the 29th.
So it all went down in July. He was 6 months sober, December 30th. See, look, I have it in my calendar. 6 months sober, December 30th, which means he just celebrated, December, 9 months sober.
9 months, yeah.
So 9 months sober. He's finally been comfortable. Like when we go out to places, people will be like, "Oh, do you want a drink?" And he's like, "No, I'm 9 months sober." And they're like, "Yeah, good for you, man."
That's right.
So that was the shit that went down.
It was a rough time.
It was rough.
Yeah.
I was lied to. The kids were lied to. We were kind of in a rough situation because my number one thing is honesty.
Honesty and truth, and I've been nothing but ever since that.
And
it had nothing to do with bills.
it had nothing to do
Or
with
losing
bills.
our house.
And we didn't lose our house. We sold it because we just realized after all of that went down, we just realized how we just wanted to live a smaller, more quiet life.
That's right.
Because it was crazy, it was wild, we were stressed with building the house, and I'm thinking that's probably why
Yep.
he kind of went slightly haywire there. And I was stressed, and the kids were feeling the stress, and it was just like, for us, it just wasn't worth it.
Yep.
And we were just like, we should just literally cut back and live a smaller life.
There
So
it is.
we sold our house
Yep.
for $1.1 million. So for
Made a
everyone who
killing
wants,
on it.
we made a killing on it
Because
because
we weren't in foreclosure.
we weren't in foreclosure. We made a killing on it. Then we purchased this house, which is why people were like, well, how did they afford this house? Well, we ended up purchasing this house. And we did it in secret because these people are crazy. And we've been living a smaller life. A lot of you guys have said that we've looked healthier since
Yeah.
we've been here, and it's because we have. He literally
Yeah.
stopped drinking, so his body has gotten much healthier. And for me, I've been healthily eating and stuff because I haven't been so stressed
Right.
about everything that's going on.
Our marriage has been amazing.
Right.
Literally.
So it's been really, really good. Look at everyone.
Yeah.
Y'all are making him all sorts of emotional. Congratulations. Look at all of these soberversaries. It's crazy because it's like, it feels like, and I know, and I'm speaking on your behalf, but it feels like something you should be ashamed of, but it's
not.
actually a really incredible accomplishment because it's something that you're faced with every day.
Yeah.
You go to the grocery store in the South,
There's
there's
alcohol.
alcohol. You go out to eat, there's alcohol.
Yeah.
We don't have any in this house, but we go to my mom's, there's alcohol. Every time we travel, there is alcohol in every single hotel room that we stay in.
Planes. There's alcohol.
The person next to him was slamming back what was it?
Crown and Coke.
A Crown and Coke, and said he was going to buy Matt a drink. And it could have been easy for him to be like,
Yeah.
sure, because I wasn't
Nobody
there.
would have known.
No one would have known. But he said, no, I'm 9 months sober. And then everyone around clapped, and the flight attendant gave him a water and said,
Yep.
congratulations. So when he gets his little drink tokens, he hands them back whenever we stay somewhere.
Yeah, when we go to a hotel with our Marriott status, we get free drinks at the bar.
And he gives them back.
I give them back.
And they give us water.
Yep.
In Miami, we had, because we were in that vice presidential suite, we had a fridge
Check
full of
this
alcohol.
out. Check this out. We had a full fridge. We had a full-size fridge in that suite.
And
It
we
was
called,
filled.
and we called. Matthew said he wasn't comfortable with it,
Yep.
little Matthew. And Matt said no problem. He called. They came in and they took
Everything.
every last
They
piece.
said no first. They got a manager. They got a guy on the phone who was like the head of dining or whatever, and he said, "Absolutely, I'll be right up." He came up with his little cart,
Restocked us with like a
restocked
shit
us
ton of
with
water.
Fiji,
Mm-hmm.
and took everything. I mean, everything. I mean, there was probably 60 or 70 bottles of alcohol
It was a lot.
because it
He
He's
even
like,
like
"Here."
dug
Yeah.
through our
He
room just to
took-
make
yeah.
sure. So it's a challenge. So it's something that like you should literally just be super proud of, and the kids all the time tell them how proud of that they make them cry all the time because they'll do it like at random times.
Yeah.
Like at Thanksgiving dinner, Grayson walked up to him and whispered to him and said, because my uncle was drinking, and he said, "I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for not drinking." Because he did. He turned into a different person that the kids and I didn't recognize. You know, Matt?
Yeah.
So it's nice to have Matt back, you know? And again, it's just the situation we were in, but that is the real reason why we were riding the struggle bus. And we do. We make a decent living. So, and he was using some of it on alcohol. Luckily, it wasn't like constant because, you know, he's around us a lot. But it didn't like affect our financials or anything. Thank freaking God we got it before. But his dad's an alcoholic, so we all know the product of family members who have alcohol issues. It tends to be a little bit more difficult. So that's why when people like want to talk shit about his weight, he's like, I don't care. Because you know what? Instead of picking up a drink, he'll grab a snack and he feels great about it. And you want to know why?
That's right.
Because that's a fucking win.
Yep.
I don't care if he's 900 pounds or if he's fucking 200 pounds and ripped.
But I'm sober and not lying.
Exactly. That's what I care about. I care about him being sober. I care about him being a good father, being a good husband, and being honest and respectable. Those are my things. I don't care what he looks like.
Yep.
It doesn't matter to me. And it's the same can go for him, because you want to know what? When I was 90 pounds heavier, he also didn't give a crap.
So again, this is just going back to the credibility. Thank you guys. I really, really, really appreciate all the kind words.
He does.
You know, and I'm at the point now where it's like it's easy.
It's easy to say it. It wasn't easy for him
Yeah.
to say before, and now it's easy for him to say it.
It was embarrassing.
But now it's easy for you to just be like, nah, no thanks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we're proud of him. We are very, very, very proud of him. And again, I wasn't the one drinking, so it was never my information to share. I just shared what I was going through and my struggle and how I was not eating because I was stressed. And that's why there were a lot of live sales in July where I was by myself because he wasn't staying with me, because I couldn't even look at him, because the only thing, he could do nothing else in this life. But the only thing I ask for is honesty. And that is my number one rule. It has been my number one rule. And he's known that since day one, since even before we started dating.
That's right.
So for him to like disrespect that, it just was so hurtful, because I questioned him about it a few months prior. And he was like, no, he made me feel crazy.
Yeah.
And then continued lying. And I knew, and my girlfriend who was with me knew, and finally came out with it. And it was just so angering to me, because I wish it would have just been done months before. But you know what? We talk about everything happening at a certain time for a certain reason. Months before, he probably wouldn't have been ready to quit and be sober. So it happened at the right time, and I had my opportunity to leave, and I didn't.
You didn't. I'm forever thankful for that.
Because you know what? There might be shit that I go through in a few, in years to come, and I would hope that at least he would give me a chance.
Yeah.
I told the therapist, though, this is one fucking chance. He ain't getting another one. All right.
Well, there it is. There it is, people.
I had a miscarriage. Matt's sober.
I hate my brother.
There's crazy people in this world.
Love my mother.
We love Mom.
Talk to her every day.
Literally.
So,
Grayson literally just got off the phone with her.
he talks to her every day. He literally talks to her every day.
But-
That's why when that specific individual that we're going to discuss in a few weeks was like, he was looking at Grayson's phone and was like,
Oh, that individual. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. That's the story.
there it is.
Hope you feel good about yourself.
Zero credibility.
You know what, though? Again, exactly, Jackie. We are so good now, and I think that's why, like, so many people are like, how do you not care what people say about you? And I'm like, because I have been through the ringer, and I know what's true, and I know what's not true. I have to. Because there was a time where there was no truth being told from Matt Webster's mouth, and I had to have some truth. So, like, I had to know that what I was doing and what my friends were doing and the people close to me were doing was truth, was factual, because my life felt like it was spinning out of control in that moment.
And the fact, So the fact that they're on there talking shit about me right
Thanks,
now
Britt.
makes it even better.
Well, good.
Because it just goes to show.
Screenshot it. That's what I'm saying.
Go on there, guys, and look what they're saying after all that, and
It's like I said.
form your own opinion.
Oh yeah. I mean, you don't need to form an opinion after you saw the shit that they were saying earlier. So, but Pam, speak on it, girl. That's why I'm so proud of him, and I didn't want to surprise everybody because a lot of people. I mean, we show our life, we show the good, we show the bad, but a lot of people, I think, kind of miss some of the bad. And again, that wasn't my information to share, so I wasn't gonna be like, yeah, Matt fucked up and did X, Y, and Z. I posted a TikTok and I said, why is marriage so hard?
Yeah.
And and that was what I was going through, but I wasn't going to share his information because, again, I'm not that person. Just like when y'all keep asking about Rosie, I always tell you, we love her, but it's not my information to share to you. So if she would like to discuss on her behalf, she's more than welcome to, but it's not my information to share. I never want to share somebody else's information because, again, I would hate that. I would hate that for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I've had it done to me numerous times. Some true stuff, mostly fake stuff, but I've had it happen to me, and I don't ever want to be that person. So I was never going to be a person who shared that about him. That's why I kept checking just now. I'm like, are you sure? You don't have to. I want to make sure because.
I'm comfortable enough.
Yeah, but now I bet you it feels like a huge weight is lifted off your shoulder.
It's like no, like honestly, straight up, like with Brianna Cooper.
Brianna Cooper. So if you're here, his choice of drink was vodka with the LaCroix drink. So we always joke about LaCrante. That's why you haven't seen it.
And that's why I don't answer you when you talk about it.
That not because he's being a jerk, but because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
But yeah, that was his choice of drink. So that's why he doesn't drink those anymore. That's why we used to do it in a Yeti cup. So that's why we don't have anything other than kids' Yeti cups now. And we drink out of water bottles. So
there you go.
Again, there's reasoning behind everything, but people don't have to share it. They can, but they don't have to. Nobody should be analyzing. But nobody should be analyzing somebody's life that deeply anyway. Okay? I mean, that's the fact of the matter, right? No one should be analyzing anybody's life that they're thinking about their miscarriage, about how their house fake foreclosed.
Like
$1.1 million.
That's crazy. Like
I wanna remind you, 1.1 million. That's a lot of freaking money. That's a whole lot of money. That's exactly what it is, Pam. LaCroix is triggering for him.
Yeah.
Every time we walk by, we're like, keep going, keep going.
go.
But it is what it is. It's done. We are a much better couple because of it. It's so nice because it's like Matt's communication skills have gotten so much better. I feel. I'll say it. And he used to just be like, but now he knows to respond back. He knows which way. He knows if I need a minute, it literally means like 5-10 minutes, and don't just disappear off the face of the planet for hours because then I don't feel cared about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's taught us a lot. It's taught me about things that are triggering for him because of his alcoholic father and the way the marriage was, and yelling triggers him.
Yeah.
So it taught me and him a lot about each other and our style and things that we probably wouldn't have figured out without it. And it's also helped the kids as well. So it's been really, really.
It's been like the best for everybody.
Yeah.
All around, you know what I mean?
It was a shitty situation at the
Yeah.
time, but it turned out to be a blessing.
Right.
And that's what a lot of things in our life are. I didn't have health insurance. I broke my arm. I had a miscarriage. I needed health insurance, so we got married.
Yep.
Blessing. Had a miscarriage. Terrible. But was able to get pregnant with MJ.
Yep.
Blessing. You know what I mean? Like, situation with the house, the whole drinking thing, realizing we needed to size down because it was just too stressful, too crazy. Blessing. We live our best lives here.
Very best lives.
Okay? Everything has happened for the better. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, when shit goes down, you're allowed to have your 20 to 30 minute cry sesh. We're allowed to be upset.
Yeah.
But when you're done being upset, you need to come up with a plan, because sulking and being sad about it for extended periods of time is not going to make your life or our lives any better. And that goes for me too. I have a bad day, be crying about it and freaking out about it.
Yeah.
all day extendedly isn't going to do anything, which is why when I was struggling like with the mat thing, I would still go live. I still showed the fuck up for you, even if I was crying through the whole live. Who was here for those July lives when I was crying through entire live sales? And y'all were like, you look so bad, you don't look healthy, and I just like, it's fine, this shirt is, like, y'all were here for that. But you wanna know what? I had to do it. Not because of any other thing other than like, if I just continued crying by myself, it wasn't going to do anything. So I had to put my big girl pants on and I had to keep going. And that, it was good because again, resiliency, it got the clothes out of the warehouse that have been sitting there. And it gave me a little bit of time to like just feel kind of normal, have that sense of normalcy. So did it suck? Yes. And I cried about it off the live. I spent hours in bed crying about it, but I built myself back up slowly but surely with going live and living a normal life. And I gave myself that time to cry and sulk and be mad and be upset and feel betrayed and feel unloved and feel all of these things. But I also gave myself the time. I said, Pam, you have to do this. You have to go live tonight. You have to go live in the afternoon. You have to take model pictures today. You have to take a shower today. I had to do those things for myself because if I didn't, I would have just spent 2-3 months crying in my bed by myself. And had I not gotten up and did those things, I wouldn't have been going to therapy with him because I would have still been crying in my bed. So that's the information with that. Okay? That's the information with that. And like I said, there are things that we share, there are things that we don't share, because quite honestly, there are certain things like Matt's sobriety was nobody's business. No. It still isn't anybody's business. Now it's your business because we've talked about it. But I'm saying it was nobody's business to know or to speak about or any of that. Even if he shared it, it's still nobody's business to speak about because it's him. Okay? So there are certain things that we share 90% of our lives, but there's 10% that we still like to keep to ourselves.
Sure.
Because
who isn't entitled to their privacy?
It's true.
You know?
It's true. So, and quite honestly, none of any of that affects the business.
No. Or anybody.
Or anyone except for us and our family. But you know what? I'm like, you know what? Matt was comfortable enough to share. I checked in with him and made sure he was comfortable enough to share. He wouldn't have shared if he wasn't.
6 months ago, 5 months ago, I wouldn't have.
He never even said anything like when we would go places. Now they'll be like, drink menu. He's like, no, I'm sober, thank you. And they're like, oh, congratulations. Everybody's super receptive, which is really nice. I think it's just like it's celebrated now, of course, because nobody wants to see anybody drink themselves or do drugs until they're sick or dead or anything. Nobody wants to see that. And it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. I was going to say pandemic. That's not right. It's an epidemic right now, and nobody wants that for anybody's loved ones. So.
Wow, that took a turn.
Also, Matt never had a threesome with girls at Chili's. And if he did, I really don't care.
I did not.
I'm like, even if he did, it supposedly happened before me, so I don't really give a flying shit.
I don't know where that came from, yo. I don't know what in the world they are talking about.
There are, Bridget. I've got like 4 more things left, okay? And then we'll keep going. Sorry, this took a turn.
That did not happen.
I'm like, it took a turn. But if he even had a threesome, first of all, threesomes were cool back then. They're probably still cool now. It's not for me. But second of all, it was back, if it did happen, they're claiming it happened back then, and I don't really care, because guess what? I did some of my crazy shit back in the day, too. I did not have a threesome, though, I can assure you that.
So, Karen, it's fine. I don't mind going in there and reading. They think we live in there.
I can't go in there.
They think we live in there.
I can't go in there personally because
she's never in there.
You want to know why? Because when I read things about my children, it sets me off.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in a bad mood all fucking day when I read stuff about my kids. So he goes in there for legal purposes.
She can't go in there. Miss Caitlin doesn't go in there.
Chelsea doesn't go in there. Chelsea's too sensitive for it.
They don't go in there. I do go in there.
But again, he goes in there for, we're going to call it legal purposes.
I don't live in there. I go in there for what I need to go in there for.
Correct.
And then I'm out.
Correct.
I don't care. Listen, I've had enough bad shit to happen to me in my life too, where like, what these lies are about me, I don't care. I know I didn't get fired from the government. I know I didn't foreclose on
we
my
also have proof of all of that.
Yeah, I know we didn't foreclose on our house. You know what I mean? Like, I know.
Exactly. I had to actually, Kate and Gino's right here. Kate! I had to ask her to take one for the team
And
go in
screenshots.
there and get screenshots for me
And
because
thank God she did.
that's what we have to discuss in a few days when I can discuss
Yeah.
it. But I had to send her in there to get it for me because I can't do it because if I see MJ or Grayson
Yeah.
being talked negatively about, it sets me off into a fiery fucking rage.
Yeah.
I don't care if they talk about Matt and I.
Yeah.
It really, we know who we are. It's the kids. I don't need them reading that shit about themselves in a few years. That's not okay. It's never okay. I don't need their friends reading
Yeah.
shit about them. No, thank you. It's disgusting, and it's not okay. Don't talk about kids. You never talk negatively about anybody. Period. Okay, that's like a general rule of thumb.
And they
but
like,
talking about children.
and they like to tell themselves. And they like to tell themselves they don't talk about the kids. They do. You can go in there and see it.
You quite literally, MJ's face is there
They
with like a
talk shit
scribble
about
over
the
his
kids.
face.
They
It's
say-
gross.
They say MJ's dirty. They say their teeth are dirty. They say we neglect them because we don't give them braces.
He can't get braces.
He can't get braces yet.
That's why we went to the orthodontist. Remember the orthodontist you called to make sure that we dropped off the presents for the angel tree? Remember that one?
Orthodontist.
That's the one MJ went and saw.
Can't get braces yet.
Can't get braces because his teeth aren't in. That's why his teeth got pulled at the dentist, which I also took a picture of and posted.
We don't provide brace and speech therapy. Oh, wait. Should we call our pediatric dentist who told us not to see a speech therapist yet until all of his front teeth fully come in?
Also, his pediatrician who said it's not an issue right now. But we don't take the kids to the doctors, remember?
Put this one out the window. Oh, it was all their credibility.
Oh my god, I was like, what? The window's broken? Did you see the sheer terror on my face? I had sheer terror on my face. Also, our children brush their teeth in the morning and at night, for the record. That's
With their
electric
fancy electric toothbrushes.
But that's more than a lot of kids can say. I only brushed once a day as a child, personally. Our kids floss, they brush twice a day, and they mouthwash.
So that just goes to show you again.
Just wait. When we drop the bomb on you that we're about to drop on you in a few days, and I hope you guys are here for this.
I'll text her tomorrow.
When we drop that bomb on you guys, all the credibility has already gone out the window. But even more, like any ounce left, if you were ever even questioning whether anything that came out of any of these crazy people's mouths are true, it's a goner.
Okay.
It's a goner.
Okay. It's good.
And I'm
It's good.
gonna hold up the paper and be like,
It's good, Kate. Trust me. It's good.
But again, I can't say anything, and I've been telling you for a few weeks that I can't say anything. I can't say anything until I get the green light from the person that's going to give me the green light to say something. So I'm just waiting for that person. Matt is going to text that person tomorrow, and then I will have the green light. And I'm actually going to ask the person how much I can share.
She said you can be very open.
Yeah, but I'm like, can I like we get copies of it? Like, can I be like,
Can we post that?
yeah,
Probably.
this and that?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
And this is so-and-so's findings on this and that.
Probably.
With pictures. I hope she has the picture proof in there.
She
Because
took all those pictures.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
would be even better if
It would
like
be.
it's in the report. Like, can we get the whole report?
Yeah.
Can you text her tomorrow?
I will.
Y'all better have your fucking popcorn ready for that because that is a whole. That is a time.
It
The
is.
kids would love to be there for
The
it
kids
too.
will be.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they love this
Yeah.
tea time. They actually laughed in this person's face. It was terrible. They shouldn't, but they did.
She thought it was funny.
She did think it was funny. But it was tea time. See, Angela, that's why I'm like, don't interact with them. Don't be crazy.
Yeah.
Don't go on there. All they're gonna do is attack you and make you feel bad about yourself. Don't even bother. We promise we are not hurt by them. That Talking about my miscarriage enraged the shit out of me, of course. Again, talking about my kids, I see red. But while we appreciate you defending us and standing up for us, I don't want you being attacked in the same way. I don't wish this upon anybody. I don't even wish it upon these awful freaking human beings on that page, okay? They're so deep in their crazy stories and lies that they are convinced that what they're speaking is the truth, and we just, again, this is the first time we've even spoken back to them in weeks, because quite literally, I don't care. They talk about us, abusing the dogs, about, y'all, you rattle on whatever the hell you want to think, okay?
Katie, one of them will, for sure.
What? Oh. Dominica. I know. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, Dominica was involved in our life. Actually, after said person, she was involved in our life for a while, actually.
Yeah.
I was actually Dominica's boss. If I was really that terrible of a human, she could just shout it out right now. She knows my work ethic. She knows my kids. She knows the way I parent my kids. And she's been following us since MJ. Dominica, how old was MJ? Like 3, 4?
Probably.
So she's been along with us, and I worked closely with her for a good 2 or 3 years. So it's like she knows background stuff way more than said person who knew us 13 years ago and didn't even know our children. They've never even met our children.
No.
It's funny because in the beginning, I didn't handle it well.
Yeah. It was tough.
But I think as time went on and the people who are close to me reassured me that I'm not crazy, these people are not, it's just, you know what I mean? And the more that people Chelsea can't read it, Megan can't read it, the more that people were we just can't read this shit. They know it's so far-fetched.
I literally hate going through that.
They know it's so far-fetched, and it was just okay. Because I was I can't go in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was reassuring for me, and it's so funny because my mom doesn't read it, but she hears the boys talking about it, the situation that we're gonna bomb you guys with. She's heard them talk about it, and she's just my mom. We talk to my mom multiple times a day, every day.
Leslie, we have 4 more pieces. We'll get going.
We talk to my mom multiple times a day. She knows everything, okay? And the things that she hears from the kids, she's
Yeah.
My mom she got all the questions. I have 4 more things. Kate, in the beginning, it was entertaining. Then it was maddening. Then it was angering. Then it was I just can't read it anymore. Then it was just
Let me tell you something. Who doesn't get mad? Let me tell you who doesn't get mad, and that's Mima.
Oh, Mima don't get mad for
Okay.
shit.
Mima.
Mima, and Mima, we love you. She is this. Ready? Go ahead, wipe it under the rug, Matt. Okay, let's go about our day. That's Mima. She's so non-confrontational.
Mima doesn't get mad. When Mima found out about the situation, the bomb that will be dropped shortly, and said person that did it, she dropped words that I have
Never.
never heard Mima say. I mean, she was pissed.
Because Mima knows the truth.
Pissed. This doesn't even begin to explain it.
But that's because she knows
Right.
the truth. And my mom's mad about it, but again, my mom doesn't hear all of it because I
Right.
don't read it, so I don't really talk to her. I don't spend my time talking
Right.
to her about it. But if she hears it in passing, because what just happened, which is the bomb will drop, we had to talk about it. But let's keep selling clothes. We feel better about this already. This was a great little vent sesh,
Do you want
guys.
to take a picture in that?
I do. This was a great little vent sesh. I appreciate you. I will go over the details of this. This poor shirt, I'm going to have to fix its fit video. So I'm going to have to scan something else and redo the fit
Wow.
video and delete this one.
Good.
All right, let me rescan it.
What was this? Did we do this?
You have the black one on your
I have the
shoulder.
black one.
You've had the black one on your shoulder for the past half hour. You just wait. There's going to be multiple. It's a multiple segment bomb, actually.
It's the first bomb goes off, and then the second goes off.
But we have to share them in chunks. You'll understand why. When we share the first bomb, you'll understand why we can only share it in chunks. I'm gonna say, do I the live sale now. Let's get back to business. 4 more new items. I'm like, so sorry, guys. I got a little distracted. Okay, Celeste, thank you. I don't know when the bomb's gonna drop. We're waiting on somebody else to give us the green light, so I can't make that decision for that person. But when the person gives us the green light, I'll do a live instead of a post. All right, so let's talk about this shirt. Let me scan something else, and then I'm gonna rescan the shirt because I need to redo this fit video. It really was, Kelly. It really did make me feel better about my life, so that was nice. And it's also really nice now that it's like out there that Matt is sober, because when we celebrate his sober anniversary, it'll be nice to post it and everybody to congratulate him. I love a good, like, exciting post. Okay, so, Karen, yes, I will send an alert. Okay, guys, so this top, she's already sold a lot because you guys have seen me move and groove in her. She